what's up everybody? This is John from PhoneDog.com, and this is my fourth and final video in a multi-part series about the HTC Eris. Today I'm going to be covering just all of the miscellaneous little things that didn't fall into the categories of my other videos. I want to say thank you to Best Buy Mobile for hooking us up with this Eris, not only for a review, but later to give away to one of you. In order to win, go to the PhoneDog homepage and click on the tab that says Win Free Phones. There you'll find the One Pod Bandit. You get 5 free spins a day on PhoneDog and 5 free spins a day on Facebook. It's free, it's easy, and it's fun. You might win a phone, so why not, right? Also check out Best Buy Mobile. They've eliminated the need to mail in rebates. They take care of all of it right there when you purchase the phone, which is a great thing. Alright, let's get started. If Verizon's Eris is your first experience with Android, particularly with HTC's custom version of Android Sense, probably one of the first things you're going to notice about it is the 7-paneled home screen, which personally for me is a little too much, and the widgets, which are beautiful. And I'll just show you a couple of them real quick here. For the clocks, actually for each widget, when you select an HTC widget, then you use the arrows to select which layout or which model, as it were, you want to use. So we'll go ahead and select that one, my current city, and it'll show the time as well as my weather here once it gets a chance to update. Take a couple seconds. While we're waiting on that one, I'll add a couple more here. Now, some of the widgets do draw unnecessarily on your battery and other system resources, although HTC has optimized Sense quite a bit since it first came out. But I generally go very light on how many widgets I run at any given time. You can see I'm not getting any bars right now, so that weather might not update. I think that only works over cellular data. Let's take a look at just a couple others real quick. You can see you can go to the regular Android widgets as well. I've already got a calendar. Mail is a cool one. Got no new mail, but this allows you to preview and flip through your mail messages just right up from the widget right there without even opening the mail program. People is a cool one. I've only assigned 2 people to this widget though, and you can see where the image came from. There's a little Facebook icon at the bottom there, what kind of contact they are, and a lot of you will find these widgets very useful. Personally for me, they're kind of extra weight in a lot of cases. I like the Twitter app, and update there. You can see I can scroll through my public timeline there. If I go into my People app, which is where the widget draws that data from, the one that I just added last, I can see all of my contacts, some of whom have Facebook images pulled down to be associated as the contact avatar. You can also see on this one the current Facebook update that this person has posted. That's pretty handy, and in certain cases you'll see other messages from Twitter. Depends on what social networks you have set up, but you can see it automatically pulls images based on the email that it can match up, and it checks your Facebook account. There are a lot that don't automatically connect, that you have to set up manually. And now once I'm in one of the contacts to edit here, you can select a social network to associate it with, so you can look for your friends from Facebook, for example, and say, oh, this is the same person. Sense didn't automatically notice that. So that's pretty handy. Now I'm in my image gallery here through the camera app, and I can slide it over to the Facebook icon, and there look at people's galleries from Facebook. So having all of those images integrated right within your own phone gallery is a pretty cool feature, and is a good example of one of the many ways in which Sense integrates streams of data from multiple social networks and brings them together under the names of your contacts. Now back in my People app, you'll see that if I slide this little pill looking thing across the bottom here, I can find my favorites, and these are the ones who are going to show up in my People widget. I can look at groups I've set up, and I can synchronize them or exclude them from being synchronized from the global sync. Updates and events. this is really cool. This shows all of the people in my People app, my contacts, and shows where their photo is being pulled from. That's a Facebook. These are all Facebook actually. And their latest updates here, and that can do tweets and Facebook. Now for instance, this person has multiple updates. So if I tap that, updated photos on Facebook, updated profile, has a birthday coming up. Can go into photo albums here and see his albums individually. Then if I click through, I'll see all of the photos of that individual album. Down here I can link to my Flickr account, and you can see call history, messages, mail. So that's a great way to have all of this information aggregated together under a single person's name instead of looking in multiple places for it. And I like the way they've done it with Sense. I know some people with the Click, the way MotoBlur is set up, felt like they're being overwhelmed with data just coming from all over the place. Now you can customize MotoBlur to display information different than the way it ships, but yeah, in some ways it's a little overwhelming. Another thing is that the contacts, and of course this is just the default setting, in the contacts it adds every single person that you're following on Twitter, and that's kind of crazy, but like I said, you can exclude those. And if I gave this a minute to load all these images, it would pull all of them from Twitter. Right now I don't have a great connection. Looks like it doesn't have very many loaded there. There's a good stream of people that it got the images from. So that's kind of a cool feature on Click. There are occasions when I wish I could get more information under a single contact on Sense, but I think in terms of default settings, what the average person is going to need and appreciate and not get totally lost in, I think they selected just the right amount of information to integrate with the contacts from social networks. What is one of the downsides to Sense? Limited customization, and by that I mean if you get a vanilla Android phone, the way Google ships Android with no carrier or OEM modifications, you can replace the home application. Sense is the home app for this device. You can download OpenHome, aHome, DxTop, all these other home replacements that make your basic home screen look and behave differently. Now, you can replace Sense. I personally think it's the best one out there. But I've had a bad luck using home replacements and replacement keyboards on Sense-based devices. That's changed a little bit over time. When I first got the GSM Hero, you couldn't do it at all. Now I guess a lot of the home replacements and keyboard replacements are working with Sense. I haven't tested them all. But Sense is designed to run on this phone. It's not a quick and easy thing to replace it without any bugs. At least that's my experience. But this phone has my favorite keyboard on the market, so I wouldn't replace that. I know I talk a lot about the Sense keyboard, but I can't say enough good things about it. I love it. One problem that I had with Eris is the occasional stall. I think this happened mostly with the camera, and it's not all the time. HTC has made some optimizations so that no matter how many applications you have in the background, everything runs pretty smoothly unless you have a bunch of apps loading at once. If I go and start a bunch of apps, of course I'm going to notice some stuttering and lag. But occasionally I'll open the camera and it will take, 10-15 seconds. That's very rare though. But it did happen a couple of times. If you use social networks like Facebook and Twitter, I don't know, I don't think there's anything out there that's better for you than HTC Sense. Motorola Click with MotoBlur is cool, but personal preference, I like the way Sense delivers that information better. I like the way it integrates it better. Both are great though. Personally, my choice for the time being is HTC's Eris.